Today, warrior, we're addressing a crucial truth. Every high-value man must confront detrimental habits that lead women to disrespect you. This is not a casual topic. It's essential viewing if you aim to be a man who commands respect, both from others and, most importantly, from yourself. If you're familiar with the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, you know they didn't seek respect through wealth or status. They earned it by refining their character, adhering to their values, and eliminating habits that weaken them. That's our focus today. These seemingly small habits can silently undermine your confidence and erode the respect you deserve as a high-value man. Your character should be unbreakable, and your habits intentional. This video is more than a lesson, it's a wake-up call. If you're ready to identify and eliminate these silent poisons, stay with me until the end. Lack of confidence is a major issue. Confidence is the foundation of every high-value man. It's not just a skill, but a way of being. Imagine entering a room with steady steps, head high and eyes forward. Women sense that energy immediately, picking up on your self-worth without a word spoken. A lack of confidence broadcasts uncertainty, and nothing diminishes respect faster. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's quiet strength, like that of Marcus Aurelius ruling Rome with conviction without needing to prove himself. The truth is, confidence isn't innate, it's built moment by moment through discipline and action. Reflect on times you stood firm, accomplished a goal, or faced a fear. Those moments form the foundation of true confidence. A high-value man draws strength from within, as Epictetus taught. He doesn't seek validation. He's anchored in his values and principles, like a ship steady in rough seas. Without inner confidence, a man seeks approval from everyone, women, colleagues, friends, and ultimately gives away his power. A woman cannot respect a man who doesn't respect himself. Confidence means being comfortable with uncertainty, daring to grow, and rising after setbacks. This self-assurance earns respect naturally because it's genuine and steady. Warrior, are you cultivating this kind of confidence, or are you allowing doubt to creep in? To be respected by others, you must first respect yourself deeply. Hygiene speaks volumes about the respect you hold for yourself. A man who neglects his appearance, grooming, or scent sends a message that he isn't taking himself seriously. A high-value man prioritizes hygiene because it reflects discipline and self-respect. Women are keenly aware of this. They view hygiene as indicative of a man's overall standards. Neglecting this area can quickly turn respect into disregard. If a man can't make the basic effort to care for himself, how can he be trusted to care for anyone else? Maintaining hygiene isn't vanity, it's a discipline. By showering, grooming, and dressing well, you demonstrate that you hold yourself to a high standard. As Epictetus said, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. A man who values himself shows it through his appearance, and women appreciate those details because they signal that he values his body, presence, and the impression he leaves. This doesn't mean spending hours in front of a mirror. It means respecting yourself enough to look and smell clean and groomed. Good hygiene transcends mere appearance. It reflects self-discipline and routine. A man who cares for himself develops habits like regular grooming, dressing well, and maintaining a clean environment. Discipline in small matters leads to discipline in larger ones. If a man can't commit to basic hygiene, how can he commit to deeper goals? Women instinctively understand this and are more likely to respect a man who values his health and appearance. If you can't care for yourself, how can you expect anyone else to care? Hygiene is a small but powerful signal of self-worth. If you aspire to be a high-value man, make hygiene a daily commitment to respecting your body and presenting yourself with honor. When you do this, others will notice, and respect will naturally follow. Now, let's talk about disrespectful behavior. Respect is a reflection of your character. It's not just something you give others. When a man disrespects through belittlement, dismissive actions, or lack of empathy, he reveals a flaw in his character that charm can't hide. Women notice this immediately. A high-value man never resorts to disrespect because he recognizes it as a betrayal of his own standards. Respect is a value a high-value man lives by. He earns the respect of women, friends, and even strangers by extending respect in all interactions. Disrespect often stems from insecurity, as a man tries to exert control by putting others down. This is not strength, it's a sign of weakness. Stoic philosophers like Seneca taught that true strength comes from self-mastery, empathy, and the discipline to treat everyone with decency. A man who disrespects others reveals his own lack of control and insecurity. Conversely, respectful behavior demonstrates discipline, empathy, and strength. Respect is a foundational principle guiding every interaction, both large and small. If you find yourself speaking down to others or dismissing their opinions, pause and ask yourself why. Disrespect often masks unresolved insecurities. A high-value man confronts his flaws instead of projecting them onto others. Let's be clear, respect isn't a weakness. Showing respect doesn't diminish you, it signifies maturity and strength. A high-value man can disagree without being insulting, stand firm without belittling, and listen without dismissing. This strength fosters lasting respect, which women deeply admire. Respect yourself enough to treat others well, and you'll find that respect returns to you tenfold. Lastly, neediness and clinginess can undermine your value as a man. A high-value man understands the importance of independence, recognizing that true strength lies in self-sufficiency. Neediness is the ultimate repellent, signaling that you seek validation, approval, or identity from others. When a man becomes clingy or overly reliant on someone else for happiness, he relinquishes his power, and women sense this immediately, leading to a loss of respect. Neediness reflects insecurity, a lack of self-control, and dependence. A high-value man doesn't chase, he builds himself up so that others are naturally drawn to him. Being needy goes beyond wanting attention. It stems from feeling incomplete without it. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus taught that true happiness comes from within. If you constantly seek others to fill your voids, you lose control over your own peace. Clinging to someone out of fear of losing them shows you don't feel whole on your own. Women admire strength and stability. The moment you start clinging, frequently checking in, or seeking reassurance, you become dependent, which erodes the respect she might have for you. A high-value man doesn't place his emotional security in someone else's hands. Instead, he is driven by his purpose, goals, and principles. Women are naturally attracted to this self-assurance because it is rare. When a man has his own direction, he doesn't need someone else to define him or provide validation. In a world full of distractions and insecurities, true independence stands out like a beacon. To earn respect, you must first learn to value your own space and time. Embrace solitude, pursue your goals, and let your presence be a choice, not a necessity. Independence isn't isolation. It's about being whole on your own, so that relationships enhance your life rather than define it. A high-value man cherishes connection, but never at the cost of his own worth. Needing constant reassurance indicates that you haven't yet developed inner strength. When a woman sees that you can be happy, focused, and fulfilled without her constant approval, she will respect you more. She respects you more when she sees a man with his own life and mission, naturally wanting to be a part of it. Lying, dishonesty, and unfaithfulness undermine your honor. When you lie, you show weakness, revealing a lack of courage to confront the truth. High-value men rely on integrity, understanding that it is non-negotiable. Women can sense dishonesty, and when they do, they lose respect quickly. They see that you are willing to compromise your values. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who ruled with a commitment to truth. He famously said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." He understood that truthfulness reflects inner strength and wisdom. A high-value man doesn't twist the truth to avoid consequences. He faces them honorably, knowing authenticity is the foundation of real connections. Lying or being unfaithful not only breaks trust, but also demonstrates a lack of self-discipline, showing you are driven by impulses instead of principles. Women respect men who hold themselves accountable, even in difficult situations. When you're dishonest, you reveal that you are unreliable and cannot stick to your words or actions. Trust, once lost, is hard to regain and takes respect with it. Unfaithfulness isn't just about breaking a bond, it betrays your self-worth. It shows your actions don't align with your values and that you prioritize fleeting desires over integrity. High-value men do not seek validation through deceitful actions. They stay true to their word and themselves, knowing honor is priceless. Be the man who respects himself enough to be honest and live with integrity. When you are truthful, people know they can rely on you, and women will recognize that you stand by your principles, exhibiting the strength to remain faithful and genuine. Remember, warrior, respect is earned through the courage to live authentically. Now, let's discuss anger and aggression. When uncontrolled, these emotions can quickly cause women to lose respect for you. A high-value man understands that true strength lies in emotional control. Allowing anger to dictate your actions demonstrates a lack of self-mastery, and women instantly notice. They're not drawn to men who erupt in rage. That behavior signals insecurity. When a man cannot control his emotions, he appears weak. Anger often arises from frustration or bruised ego, but Stoics like Epictetus taught that it's not the event that triggers us, but our interpretation of it. A man with emotional intelligence reflects before responding, while reacting impulsively to frustration reveals a lack of control, something that women do not respect. A high-value man remains calm and composed, even in challenging moments. When you let anger drive you, you give away your power. Next, let's address constant complaining. It signifies weakness and drains respect from those around you. A high-value man does not waste energy on complaints. He focuses on solutions. Complaining about life's challenges reflects a sense of powerlessness to change them. It's easy to fall into the habit of venting, but know that constant complaining erodes your strength and alienates others. Women, like everyone else, will lose respect for a man who is perpetually dissatisfied or focused on problems instead of solutions. Marcus Aurelius serves as an excellent example of how to face life's hardships. During his reign, he dealt with wars, plagues, and personal losses. Instead of complaining, he used these challenges as opportunities to grow. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Rather than complaining about obstacles, he asked how they could strengthen him. His mindset was about controlling his reactions rather than being controlled by circumstances. Imagine leading an empire in war while grappling with a devastating plague and losing loved ones. Most would succumb to bitterness. Yet Marcus remained calm, rational, and focused on the present, facing challenges with a clear head. This mindset earns respect from women and everyone else. A high-value man takes responsibility for his situation and seeks ways to overcome obstacles. Complaining is a cry for attention and signals a lack of emotional control. Women respect resilience, not negativity or a plea for pity. Marcus understood that while our external world can be chaotic, we can always control our inner response. Stop complaining and start taking action. Focusing on solutions rather than problems earns you more respect. A man who complains signals, "I can't handle this," while a high-value man proclaims, "I will handle this." That shift in mindset makes all the difference. Complaining weakens you. Embrace responsibility, confront challenges, and observe how respect from women and those around you grows. Now, let's discuss laziness and lack of ambition, which are detrimental to your value as a man. A man without ambition is directionless, like a ship without a sail, drifting aimlessly through life. This type of man fails to inspire respect and fosters apathy. In contrast, a high-value man is driven, knows what he wants, and works relentlessly to achieve it. Laziness and complacency poison a man's character. If you're not striving for something greater, what are you doing? Women, like everyone else, can sense when a man lacks ambition, it's unattractive and weak. Consider Alexander the Great. At just 20, he inherited the throne of Macedonia, but didn't settle for mediocrity. Instead, he pursued one of history's most ambitious visions, conquering the Persian Empire and extending his rule from Greece to India before his death at 32. He faced immense challenges, including rebellious troops and political tension. Yet, he pressed on, pushing himself and his men beyond limits others wouldn't dare to cross. Alexander understood that ambition is essential, not just for power, but for leaving a legacy. He knew that greatness requires relentless effort and discipline. A high-value man works with purpose instead of coasting through life. When you lack ambition, you create stagnation, becoming someone who merely gets by and becomes comfortable in mediocrity. Women are repelled by this. They want a man who strives for more, pushes boundaries, and seeks to elevate his life. A man without ambition is just taking up space. You don't have to be perfect, but you must always strive for something greater. Ask yourself, warrior, what am I doing today to move forward? The most successful men in history, from Alexander the Great to Marcus Aurelius, didn't achieve greatness by waiting for life to hand them opportunities. They took action every day. Women respect men who are driven, constantly in motion, and refuse to settle for mediocrity. If you want to command respect, ask yourself if you are truly striving for something greater or simply existing. Now, let's address jealousy and possessiveness, two toxic behaviors that can destroy a man's respect and value in the eyes of women. These emotions stem from insecurity and fear, revealing a man's inability to trust himself, his partner, or the world around him. A constantly jealous man lacks emotional control and views the world through a lens of scarcity, fearing loss. This mindset is not that of a high-value man. Jealousy and possessiveness show weakness and a lack of self-assurance. Reflect on this. Do you trust yourself? Do you believe you can be the kind of man who isn't afraid of losing a woman? If your self-worth depends on someone else's actions or attention, you are giving away your power and allowing fear to control you, an unattractive quality. Women seek a man who is confident in his worth and allows them the freedom to be themselves. This freedom strengthens the bond rather than diminishing it. Stoics understood that true power comes from self-control. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life, won by disregarding things beyond our control." Life is a daily battle, and every choice shapes us. Respect starts and ends with you. Each habit we discuss today presents an opportunity for growth. When you abandon behaviors that weaken you, you not only earn respect but also strengthen yourself from within. Ask yourself if you are ready to leave the old you behind and fully embrace who you are. Living as a high-value man means choosing growth over comfort and self-respect over shortcuts. This is the journey of a true warrior, one who commands respect without demanding it. If you're prepared to challenge yourself and master every habit holding you back, drop "challenge accepted" in the comments to show your commitment. And if you want to continue on this path of growth, like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a step.